Welcome to a Coach Edu Q&A session, and today's question comes from Bethany. Bethany says, I've been training for 4 months, and as a 17-year-old about to run my first marathon in 8 days, how should I go about tapering? Well, firstly, Bethany, you should have thought about how to go about tapering a long time before getting to the final 8 days before your marathon, but be that as it may, let's see what the rest of your question goes. I ran a 22-miler on Monday to help prepare myself, but now I'm finding myself incredibly sore and worn out from the run. No shit. It was hilly, cold, and difficult run. What the fuck were you thinking about doing a hilly, cold, difficult 22-miler literally 8 days before your marathon? Bethany, you need to think about these things. Seriously. I wanted to be ready for my race, but I also don't want to kill myself with mileage. And why the fuck did you run a 22-miler 8 days before your marathon? Or worse, fall ill from the physical strain? Yes, absolutely. What advice can I give to Bethany? CoachEdu.net. Bethany, thanks a lot for your question, and very importantly, if you're looking at needing to taper it down to a marathon, your week before the marathon will be 50% less intensity, 50% less distance. But sure as fuck, you're not going to be doing the longest of your long runs 8 days before the marathon. You normally, if you're looking at a periodized training plan where you're building up to your marathon, you'll normally peak at your longest single day run, normally 4 weeks before the marathon day, and then your long runs will be ratcheting back down a little bit so that you can avoid any injury whatsoever. Very importantly, during your taper week as well, as I mentioned, 50% less intensity, 50% less distance, but very importantly, and this is something that we've learned from the Kenyans, the Ethiopians, and the Moroccans that come across and absolutely dominate the big city marathons all across the planet, during race week, during the final taper of race week, they do all of their training runs on soft grass. They minimize as much as possible any impact through their joints, ligaments, tendons, muscle systems. I saw a video just the other day of the Kenyans and Ethiopians in the race week before the London Marathon. They went out to one of the London parks, I think it was Green Park, that had a whole lot of soft, spongy grass, and they did the entire, I think they did something like a 45-minute run. The entire 45-minute run was loops running around this piece of soft, spongy grass so that they could minimize the impact through their joints, ligaments, and tendons. And guess what, come race day? They absolutely dominated. So that's something we can learn from the top athletes in the world. So that's my take on the matter. Share any comments, questions, criticisms you have down below. Thumbs up if you like the content. Remember, down below is a red subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for all the new content that comes out to you daily. Remember to stay carved up for the win, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.